Hello, good evening to everybody. Now, we are again with a session of human behavior at work. Now, we will be today understanding the difference between and the similarities that exist between the team and the work groups. The teams and the work groups are similar as team also has two or more members. Team also consists of two or more members. Work group also consists of two or more members. Team In the team also there is interaction among the group members. In the work group also there is interaction of group members. Then in the team there is a common objective which is to be achieved by the members. In the work groups also there is a common objective which is to be achieved by the members. There is interdependence of resources and coordination between the members within the group, and so is there between the teams. Now the question is, if this much is similarity is the similarity between the team and the work groups, what is the difference between the two? Now let us see the difference between the two. First difference is regarding the definition, which we see. Group is a cluster of two or more individuals who interact with one another and share certain common activities, interests, and goals. Team is a small number of people with complementary skills who are committed to a common purpose, a set of performance goals, and approach for which they hold themselves mutually accountable. Now, here they are holding mutually accountable, but in a group there is no mutual accountability. Synergy. Group members may or may not generate positive synergy. Generally, generate negative synergy due to the discoordinated effort or the conflict which occurs between the group. This can also be due to the groupthink and social loafing. Now, groupthink is what the person do not think their own ideas. They start thinking about what the group think. They do not think themselves. They stop exercising their brain. Now, social loafing is a characteristic in which a person lazes down. He never tries to work in a group. He tries to loaf around, and his part of the work is being done by another member of the group, and so he is being capsulated by the group. That means hidden by the group. In the back of the group, he hides down by not doing any work. Synergy. In a team, the synergy is there. A team is a collection of individuals working together for the benefit of the whole team. The teamwork generates positive synergy through the coordinated effort of the team members. In a group, the activities are not interdependent and interrelated. In group, members perform individual tasks and also try to achieve the personal goals along with the group goals. Interdependence and interrelated activities are there in a team, but the activities are mutually interdependent and interrelated because their objective is common. The members always help each other and never think about their personal aim. They suppress their personal aim to the aim of the team. Size. The group members may be large as the activities are either divided or interrelated in a group. The activities are neither divided or interrelated in a group. Size. The small number of members are there in a team due to the correlation of the activities of the members. They have to interact with each other frequently and repeatedly, so that they usually small in number, because large number of members may create difficulty in coordination, so the number is kept small. Common goal. Group has a common goal but does not have the task assigned to the individual for achieving the goal. Only leaders feel responsibility of achieving the goal. uh, Common purpose. All the members in the team strive towards the attainment of common specific objective. Every member of the team determines his role for achieving the objective and the work accordingly. Every decision of the team is a step towards the goal. Each member works skillfully and endlessly by continuous self evaluation in a team. Now, groups are generally not possess all the skills required to achieve the job. They try to seek the help of an external source, complementary skill. Each member of the team is blessed with a unique type of skills required to perform the job specified. Teams do not need any outside assistant. Broadly, three types of skills are required: decision making skills, communication skills, and technical skills. All are needed in an organization. One or the other member is equipped with all these complementary skills and is readily available in the team itself. Trust in a group. In a group, there is completion among the group members to be one up as there is a competition in the group to be one up. As a result, they hide some information from one another, thus generating an atmosphere of mistrust among the group members. uh, High mutual trust is there in the team. Teams are characterized by high mutual trust among the members. They work with a spirit of loyalty and belongingness. Members believe in integrity, character, and ability of each other. All members are helpful to each other and get their doubts sunk by mutual exchange of ideas. Hence, presence of favorable environment of trust is the foundation of the team. So the trust is the foundation of the team, and which might not be there in a group. Social loafing and mutual accountability. Individual There can be social loafing in a group. An individual can hide inside the group. The members can engage in social loafing and take free ride on the group's effort because their individual contribution cannot be identified in a group. In a team, members share the profit of the group. Group, each member take care of his performance and also the performance of the team member. Other performance of the team members. Team makes members individually and jointly accountable for the purpose, goals, and approaches. Common approach. Now, in case of group, there is no definite agreeing on the common approach. Some members indulge in social loafing and do not contribute to the workload. Groups do not analyze what skills are lacking and what would be required. In case they come to know a particular skill is lacking, they do not develop that skill in the group, but rather they seek this as an external help. Common approach in a team. Defining and agreeing on common approach assures the team is unified on the means of achieving the goal. Team members must agree on what is to be done, how it is to be done, and ensure that all the members contribute equally in sharing the workload. Additionally, the team needs to determine how schedules will be set, what skills need to be developed, and how the group will resolve the how the group, that is the team in this case, will resolve the conflict, and how the team will make and modify its decision, thus agreeing on specificities of work and how it fits together to integrate individual skills requires a common approach. In case of a team decision in group, generally decisions is taken by the leader and binding to all the members. Due to the process of group think, the individuals do not participate freely in the process of decision making. They have to agree on to what generally in a highly cohesive group this happens, that they have to agree on what the leader says. So this we call group thinking has entered. So the decision making is not perfect. Participative decision. Every member of the team is welcome to participate in decision making process. Decisions are taken by the mutual exchange of ideas in a group. Conflicts are avoided, but if the conflict happens, it hampers the progress of the group. They need interventions of the group leaders to resolve the conflict. Easy resolution of the conflict is there. As the team consists of many members, occurrence of conflict is natural, but the team never gets afraid of any conflict. Rather, the conflict provides a positive energy for team members. Conflict becomes as a source of innovation, and efforts are made to end sometimes from learn something from these. So the